Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the seaborn Python package on the dardel HPC cluster as part of this course using Python in an HPC environment taught by these centers. In this session I will focus on the HPC part, as this is the focus of this course. So we'll be using seaborn on HPC clusters, but I won't talk much about seaborn in general, as in we won't learn much about seaborn. We're just getting it to work on an HPC cluster. For this we're going to use the documentation of dardel. We're going to find out why it's important, and we create a plot with seaborn. Seaborn allows you to create figures, that's what it is. Here we have some code and it shows us how to create a figure like this. It is important as it's one of the most popular Python plotting libraries. You can create publication quality figures, and also there's a plot gallery of seaborn that shows you that most plot types are there. So I'll just take a quick look through it. This is the example gallery. You'll see there's some pretty funky, fun, advanced plots there. Probably this covers your need. Good, let's take a look at the exercises. So here at the left you also see an overview of the exercises. We're going to create a minimal seaborn program. We're going to create a plot. And the optional exercises are about using seaborn and getting deeper understanding of that library. I won't do this because this course is focusing on HPC. So let's start with exercise 1. A minimal seaborn program. Use the documentation of the HPC cluster you work on. So I'm going to put this piece of content to the left of my screen, and at the right I'm going to search for PDC dardel user documentation, and our first hit will take me to that user documentation. In that documentation find a software module to load the package. So let's take a look. So we're working on seaborn. It's not there at all. So this means we cannot use the PDC user support. Yeah, this is, let's take a look what this is then. Copy link address. It is under Python apparently. It was under Python. Yeah, if I Google for seaborn I don't see it anymore. So one day it was part of here, but this answer is even outdated. It's completely absent here. Good. So this means I will have to show you how to do it. So in a terminal, load the software module to use seaborn. Because it's not there, I'm going to copy paste the answer. So here we have dardel. This is how we're gonna install seaborn, and the last word should be seaborn. So let's go to dardel. I'm going to close this user documentation and I go to dardel. Here we have dardel. I'm logged in. I'm going to put it at the right side of the screen. I'm going to paste this text and I change this to seaborn. There. This should install seaborn. While that is ongoing, like it won't only load Python and install seaborn, and then I have it at my disposal. Next step. Good, it's already done. Next step, create a script called seaborn exercise 1 with the following code. Sure. To create a file we're gonna use nano. So I'm gonna type nano, name of the file I want to create. If I press enter I will get an error, because on dardel you need to do module load nano first. Now you have access to nano, and now you have a text editor that is easy to use. So I'm going to copy this file, do right mouse button here to paste it, and now my file has the right content. I press Ctrl O to save, with enter I accept the name, and then I press Ctrl X to exit. And now I have created this file. Next step is to run this script. Well, maybe you are naive and you would do Python. You would use this. This is a very good first guess. It will not work here because you do need to add the 3 in this case. There was a slight hint that could have told you this, but then you need to see that I've used pip3 here. All right. So in this way, then now you must use Python 3 to be able to run this exercise. Good. Let's take a look in the answers. Yeah, indeed, it's the only HPC cluster where you must use Python 3. And next step is, how does that look like? We'll see a version coming out. So it's still running. Can be many reasons why it needs a bit more time. Let's already take a look at the next question. Like, even though the code shows nothing directly useful, why is this a useful exercise anyway? Well, it's because if this does not work, seaborn does not work. So that is why. It's like the minimal test you can do on seaborn. Like, there's no coding involved, nearly no code involved at all. I think maybe only the first line already is enough to see if seaborn is installed. Actually getting the version out is actually one more step just to make extra sure it exists. Good, so this thing is still thinking. Let's already take a look at exercise 2 while this is doing its thing. On your HPC cluster, create a script called that with the following content. So we see that this script does create a figure, but you do need to wait here. I'm not gonna, like, sure, I can log into Dardel twice, but I can also just wait a bit. But maybe I am getting impatient. So I'm gonna log into Dardel a second time and at least create this file and then take a look at how this is going. There, I'm gonna log into Dardel in my favorite way. I'm not going to explain you this way, it's not very important how I do it. But then I am on Dardel twice and I can already start with exercise 2. Just this thing takes too long. And now here I'm logged in on Dardel for the second time. And I'm going to create this script called seaborn exercise 2. So when I do nano and the name of the file, it will not work because I do need to load the modules again. Every session you're logged in, you need to load your modules again. So now I can edit the file using nano. I copy paste this text to nano. I can also use Ctrl-Shift-V to paste it. Do note that this weird arrow to the left, this is for nano to indicate that the sentence is a bit longer than fitting on the screen. Right? So it is there, but it's displayed in that way. Ctrl-O to save the file. Just enter to accept it. And now I'm going to use Ctrl-X to quit. And now I have created the file exercise 2. Let's take a look at how the other session is doing. The other session is done. So this means we know that seaborn has been installed nicely. Good. I'm going to keep working from this session now, and I'm going to run the script. Like the script I have created in the other session, but it's me, so I can run it now again. Again, I use Python. You have to use Python 3 here, and now I'm running the script I just created in my other session. Like, and again, I created the other session because I had to wait too long. This thing may also take very long, I don't know. Let's take a look. After that, we need to check that the figure is created. So let's assume this takes a long time. I'm going to show you how to check that that figure is created. For that, I'm going to use the other session again. So this is running. Here I have the other session. We have exactly the same files. We do see that the file is being created. Let's go back to the other session. Here we see that the file has been created. Alright, so we're completely good to go now. Both sessions are done. I close one session. I only need one session there. So now I'm on Dardel. I have this one figure, and indeed using ls to show the file is present is one way to check that the figure is created. If you want to see it, however, you need to load image magic module load image magic, and then you can do display and then the name of that file. And this will only work if you have X forwarding enabled. If you don't know what X forwarding is, it's not the goal of this session. Look it up. It's the way how you use SSH to log in. So now it's trying to display this figure using X forwarding, and there it is, verifying that this figure is created. I now see I'm at exercise 3, which is optional. It's about working with seaborn and pandas. I'm not going to go through this. Instead, I'm going to call it a day. I have just shown you how to use seaborn on the Dardel HPC cluster as part of this course taught by these centers. And with that, I'm going to wish you a very good day. Bye!